No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Aloha from Honolulu and home of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Hawaii's offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have...
Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Offense set on first down. Wants to throw. It's Meadows. He'll pull it down. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season, and these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage. And when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
The Rainbow Warriors are flying down the field. Quarterback may change this route. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They are going to try to get that established in this game.
Using the quick game. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season, at the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And the Rainbow Warriors with the 1st and 10. Floats it out in space. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Big part of the offensive game plan is yards after the catch, but none available there.
I like the idea on offense of trying to spit the ball outside quickly and see if your guy can make something happen in space, but give the defense credit. They rallied to the ball, got him on the ground.
And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The Rainbow Warriors will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Meadows. Wide out, trying to get it in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
He splits the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The give out of the gun. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught. It's Jones. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think...
Turning it on! They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Gives it on the option. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Jones. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going back to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, it is Hawaii who will carry the lead to the quarter break. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. From the gun, the running back has it. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Catch in the middle. It's Jones. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. All tied up and just about set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive.
There he goes. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Soft spot in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Meadows. Fires to the middle. Got his man. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him and get the first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but it makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And the Rainbow Warriors didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now it's 2nd and goal. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. fire. They'll run the screen. Touchdown, Warrior! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. We talk about pocket presence. There's also pocket punishment that's part of it, and he was able to withstand it and deliver the football.
It comes with the job description, Reese. You know as a quarterback that this is going to happen, and eventually you are going to get hit. So why not then deliver touchdowns deep down the field? Doesn't get any better than that.
Oh, he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the gun, running back on the move. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Notre Dame! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The Rainbow Warriors now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. It's complete on the right side. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Rainbow Warriors have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to pass, it's Meadows. Makes the catch, it's Henderson. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Get it out on the screen. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup, spotted at the 25-yard line. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. To the air on first down. Finds his big tight end. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Finds his big tight end. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Got it! We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Snapped it in the shotgun. Touchdown, Hawaii! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. He'll bring it back looking for help. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, nice to see you actually showed up for today's broadcast in paradise, given all there is to do there in Honolulu. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. He'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
Snap to the back. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another 1st down. Try to get it to the edge. Looking for room at the 30. Touchdown, Irish! Once he got some room, it was over. That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Fresno State has the lead right now, but this Bulldog Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 11 over Ohio State. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun. Give on the inside. Borges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. To the air. It's Meadows. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Rainbow Warriors line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Motion from the back. Using his feet. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. Turning it on. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
The play action fake. Snagged out of the air. Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He makes the grab. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
The Hawaii offense returns to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Got it in the middle. It's Henderson. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Reads it, fires complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Back to pass, it's Meadows. Gets open down the middle. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Well, not down in distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So first down will open up the final period. Looking downfield on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those.
Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors! They move on top here in the fourth. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Heel off one deep down the left side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Working the middle. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
The Rainbow Warriors have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Hawaii! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
Across the 45. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He leaves it with the back. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. And here comes the offense on second down. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Notre Dame right back to the line. Looking to throw on third. Unleashes one deep. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. That score could have put them within realistic striking distance, but the penalty turns things around, and they'll have to go back to work. Let's see what they do on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Uncorks it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. It's good. Easy call for the refs. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, Phyllis. Fresno State is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Bulldog Stadium, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Ohio State. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got it down the left side. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
What a throw on first down on the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Rainbow Warriors can really attack on this second and short. They want that clock to run. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. To throw, it's Meadows. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
He's got him this time. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. They've converted 3rd downs all day long, and now a chance to get a touchdown on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. What a tough break, a potential tying score nullified by the penalty, and now they'll have to see if they can get it done again. Huge play in the red zone, 3rd and goal coming up. Looking to throw, it's Meadows. Bringing the heat. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And this one is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing quickly to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Rush is on him. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
I think at this time, you just have to throw caution to the wind. You're down by a lot. You're deep in your own end late, so you're just going to be throwing it. The defense knows it. They're pinning their ears back. You're going to have to get rid of it early. Someone is going to have to step up and make a play, and that's going to happen a couple of different times if you're going to win this game.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Pocket breaking down. With the catch, it's Schmidt. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. The great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things in wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you've also got to flip